So as we can see, there are lots of different stakeholders when it comes to PBIS, and lots of them have different opinions and different levels of knowledge for PBIS. It seems to be there is definitely more knowledge and training at the elementary school level, and then middle school, and then high school is kind of seeming to be the last to implement PBIS. I also think buy-in is a little bit different. People tend to think that positive behavior reward systems work better at the elementary level because it's easier to, give a little kid a sticker or give them a piece of candy if they do well or whatever. Whereas it's believed that high schoolers don't have that sort of reaction to positive behavior rewards. But they do, and the rewards just need to be different, and the behaviors need to be different. Obviously, we're not going to give a piece of candy to a high schooler for raising their hand, but we may give it to them for doing things like, tutoring a peer during class or using academic language or something like that. So it seems to be the levels of implementation are definitely different across our school district, and just depends on the school and the principal's own knowledge with PBIS and their willingness to get teachers trained in PBIS. It seems to be the teachers who have actually been to the training have the most buy-in, and we are only choosing certain teachers to be trained, probably a financial purpose thing, but it does seem to be the more teachers that are trained, the more buy-in, the more the school has positive results with PBIS. So something to consider is have everyone do the same training. It's also kind of like the telephone game where we have certain teachers trained or certain administrators trained, and then they train teachers, and then those teachers train teachers, and by the time you get down to the actual student level, everyone's interpretation of what is PBIS is totally different. So that's an issue. There's not a whole lot of consistency with the way that it's implemented, and also the way that everyone's understandings of what PBIS are. So that's a big difference. Also, for the community as a stakeholder, most community members do not know what PBIS is. The community member that I interviewed, I had to explain what PBIS was, so that makes a big difference because they are definitely a stakeholder and could be benefited by positive results through implementation. All right, that's pretty much it. Reform is always a challenge, and I find that the biggest challenges with PBIS include consistency, making sure everyone's interpretations and implementations are